It's like when he gets, depending on who's calling him too. Solicitor, not interested. Mike, you don't talk to me enough.
Talk to me.
Sure, I just leave him up there.
Yep. Oh, okay, yeah. No, just sell a house.
Oh,
Perfect,
okay.
yeah. All of Mike's emails come on my phone. One day, it's like, Blair,
Accident
report.
report. Yeah, she bit the same kid twice.
Bit?
Yeah.
Welcome back to episode 19 of Property Pairings. I'm Eric Kinzler.
And Mike Pavone.
Ooh, I let that draw on quite a bit.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
Still works though.
Yeah.
Okay.
What note is that? Is that a
Oh, I don't know. I don't.
is that a D minor?
You do not ever want to hear me sing. It's not a thing, really. It's talking with inflection.
It's like when he gets, depending on who's calling him too. Solicitor, not interested. Client, hey, how's it going? Mike, you don't talk to me enough.
Talk to me. I had clients in my car yesterday, and so I was driving them around to various neighborhoods because they're coming up from California and they don't really know the area, but they're looking for like single level living, and so there's a phone call, and I was waiting to hear back from an agent, and I thought it was the agent's number. So they're in the car with me, and I get it on, and of course, it's a telemarketer. And you know, it says a lot of how you talk to telemarketers, especially when you have clients in the car. It's just like telling the lady, oh, you know, I'm with clients right now. No, thank you. It's not a good time. And she keeps talking. And I was like, oh, really? No, it's not a good time, but you can call me back. And she keeps talking. And I was like, listen, I'm going to hang up. So I told you a couple of times you could call me back, but I'm going to finish this. I hope you have a great day. And I hung up, and I was
Sorry about that.
because otherwise I'd have just been like, no, thank you. No, take me off your list. But there are clients in the car, so you're gauging.
We have fun with this. Sometimes I let them talk when I do it. I'll let them go through their whole spiel. And then I'll have some kind of response at the end. And they're like, why did you let me do this? Sometimes they've even said that. Why did you let me go through the whole thing? I don't know. You wanted to waste my time. I'm going to waste yours.
I like that.
When we were at like a networking event, there was a telemarketer that called. He called me, and I don't remember.
yeah.
I don't remember what he said, but it was like blah blah blah, and I was like, oh, you know, no, thank you. And then Mike, I see his phone ringing, and I was like, is it a 360 area code? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, he's gonna tell you blah blah blah. And so Mike answers, this is Mike. And the guy starts talking. Mike's like, are you gonna sell me blah blah blah? And he was like, I've never called you before. Or what did he say?
Yeah, he said, yeah, I've never called you before. I was like, yeah, but are you trying to sell me X, Y, and Z? He goes, he doesn't know how to respond. I was like, yeah, you just called the guy sitting next to me. He told me not to answer, but I answered anyways, and he just hung up on me.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. We always kind of get that, though. It's like they call me and then immediately call Mike, or vice versa.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably a byproduct of marketing and our information appearing together all the time now.
Yeah.
It's like I always get phone calls for my parents' property in Bellevue there. And they're
Oh.
like, hey, are you interested in selling, this address? And I'm, no, I'm a broker too. Oh, and you're calling about my parents' place. So no, again.
He's got the same name as Dad, so it's like,
Well, and somehow my number has been associated with that, and their number isn't very public, and he never puts his cell phone out there, so the only one that could have been attached to it is mine.
yeah.
It just depends what mood we're in, is how we deal with those calls.
Mm-hmm.
We just put a rental on yesterday, and I have about 50 emails about it, and my phone's been blowing up with phone calls about it. And making people trying to make application, and it's very much like, we don't do applications if you haven't seen the home.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same,
Yeah.
just navigating that bulk annoyance.
Yeah, it's a lot of phone calls for the rental. I have a rental coming on, too, in Medina.
Hmm.
I wonder if you can talk about, doesn't matter, it's a rental.
How's the land property?
It's still like, people are still asking for information about it, but
That's a
it's gonna
longer
take a
play.
little-
It's land.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's good. We both got stuff under contract
Nice.
in the last couple of days. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh yeah, we always
Cheers.
Cheers. I picked up some buyers at an open house on Saturday and got them under contract yesterday, so that was cool.
Nice.
I've been doing open houses for years. This is the first buyer that I've actually picked up from an open house and got under contract.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
I know. I know.
I thought you had boatloads of them.
No,
Really?
no, it's just my
This is your first one?
charming personality where I just get different people to reach out, but not from an open house. Yeah, I don't know what it is about open houses. I'm there, I have all the information, I know the neighborhood.
You're too
but it's
tall.
Just like,
You're too tall. You're not approachable.
I guess
You got to
not.
be short like us.
Yeah. So that was cool though.
Don't lump me into short. I'm average, okay?
We're same height. What are you, 5'11"?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Doctor gave me 72 inches once, so
I'm taking that. It's what,
Yeah.
one time
I've ran with that since.
I was hanging upside down with my moon boots for a week and went in right after that.
Ankle straps.
I didn't realize that was your, well, congratulations, double congratulations. I didn't realize that was your first one too.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was good. They're a cool couple. I'm excited to have that's out at Ames Lake too, which is awesome.
Those are the fun ones. We sold the clients last year, up by me, and we sold their other house where we did all that work. And that was a client I had picked up at an open, and years before, because I sold him the house, he walked in at another open I was holding, like 3 minutes before I'm closing. Now, I'm not in the mood at this point. Like, I'm ready to be done, and the market was very slow. Like, no one had come to my open house. He was the only one that came through, and it was like 3 minutes before the open's done, before I have to go off to the next thing. And I'm kind of trying to get him out the door. Like, yeah, cool. Yeah, there's some bedrooms up there. It's cool. They're nice. Take a look if you want. I'm going to be shutting the lights off.
Yeah.
Because we were doing longer opens, too. I think I was there for 4 hours.
Oh,
And no one had come. And as you know, I'm 3 minutes and 4 minutes after the open, he's like, actually, I think we, you seem like a cool dude. Really like to work with you. I'm like, oh, I felt really bad because I was like, at that time, that was all you were getting is situations like that. And now we've done like 3 pieces of business with them.
Mm-hmm.
Really fun couple. But it just, that's always my reminder is like, treat everybody walking through the door. But I was like, let's go.
Yeah. The one time you're more direct, like hurry up. It works
They're
out.
like, yeah, we really like you. I'm like, maybe I should be like that more often.
Yeah. This guy's from the East Coast, so maybe that's why. Maybe people from the East Coast like me.
I can see that.
Too.
But yeah, it was, that's a good week. Because it was a little bit of a pendulum swing for you. Because I know like you'd been working really hard and like had crushed a bunch of things at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And then there was this lull in between. It's like, which is how the business is, right?
Right.
You're doing all the motions, and there are times where you don't really have anything going on, and then other times when stuff hits.
Yeah.
And sometimes when stuff hits, it's like that, where it's like, well, that was easy. Can I just do that 50 more times this year?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, hey, yeah, just go sell another house. Yeah, sure. I was just leaving them up there in the sell your house tree. I was waiting to pick that one, but I decided I didn't want to.
yeah. It was, because I did a couple in January.
Sell your house tree.
Well, it's a running joke between the two of us, because when
Just grab it when you need money.
right,
Yeah.
And that's the point of the joke is that we have a running joke like when there's projects to be done around the house, like how because of our industry, it's like, yeah, I need to go, I need to go get a new car. I could just sell another house and I can deal with the car, right? That's the kind of joke, right? And so in my house, it's kind of the same thing. And like my wife sometimes will say that to me, like, well, we just just sell another house. I'm like, yeah, sure. I just leave them up there. In times like these, oh, okay, let me go pick one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Oh, okay, yeah. No, just sell a house.
Oh, okay.
Perfect, yeah.
I hadn't thought about
Is
that.
next week okay? Or do you think I should do like a 30-day close or a 7-day close? Like how quickly do we need me to sell this house?
Yeah.
Sure, let me just pull that piece of business out of my back pocket. I'm saving it for just this occasion. Anyways, Well done.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
Oh, you have some good news.
What's my good news?
You no longer, well, you kind of have a kindergartner, but you don't.
Oh yeah, Clark graduated kindergarten. He's officially a first grader.
Oh wow.
He's kind of a big kid now. He's losing his first tooth, and I'm not ready for that. That's hard. Like you go through all the milestones, but you cut the hair first time.
You save it.
Mm-hmm. I'm the more sentimental on when it comes to that. Julia's like, "Do you want to save this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do actually." But they will, take their first step. They say their first word. They laugh at you the first time, and then it kind of the milestones get a little further apart. But then like losing a tooth or graduating kindergarten is like, oh, a little bit of a dagger right there. And then but then Ashton's like, yeah, I'm ready to go. So I got another kindergartner. And then Blair, she's like, I'm ready to go to high school. She's walking around so much big girl swagger right now.
I am kind of curious. So I think it was last week or the week before. It's like 2 days in a row. All of Mike's emails come on my phone, so I can just see like preview. And I see like one day it's like Blair incident report. And then like the next day, Blair incident report. And I don't read them, but I'm like, you never know. Was she the cause or was she the recipient of the said incident?
I'll give you 2 guesses, and the first doesn't count.
I'm gonna go with cause.
Yeah. She bit the same kid twice.
Bit?
Yeah. It's a developmental thing, like a thing that happens around this age where like they can communicate, but they can't. They trying to get out how they're feeling about something. Yeah. Same dude too. I feel bad for the guy.
She's in the biting phase now?
Yeah.
Is she doing it to the boys too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's the worst because they don't really know how hard they're biting. They just like.
She came up after me, and what she does is she comes after you, and she's like that tall. She's a little over knee height, and it's like in those horror movies when or aliens movies where like the face sucker things running around. Do you know what that movie is?
Yes.
Okay, it's running around on the ground like you can't get away from it, but it's really low, so it's like not really in reach too. She like comes at you, and you're like trying to keep her away, and she just mouth open.
That's the worst too, because if she's behind you, she's gonna get that sensitive part of the leg or the arm. This part always really hurts.
She bit my wife on the back of her thigh, and I hear Julia just screaming bloody murder because it was kind of like when a shark grabs on and you can't shake him off.
Oh.
And so she had perfect semicircular bite marks on the back of her leg, just bit the meat of her hamstring. Ow. Yeah.
You know what came to mind? You were talking about the like crawling alien thing. Did you guys see that like robot girl movie, Megan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I haven't seen it because that like creeps me out. But like literally in the trailer, it's like the people are just like standing in the hallway like waiting, and there's this like cloud of smoke, and then she just comes like on all fours, this little like creepy robot girl, and I'm like, ugh, no way. That's what I thought of.
Do you know what we're talking about? Well, so that's an actual actress. I don't know, whatever, 12 at the time or something like that.
Yeah.
And they put on I think it's more like a prosthetic overlay on her face, but that's her actually doing. I thought that was kind of computer generated or something like. No, she's capable of moving her body like that.
That is wild.
And she's
creepy.
She's back for round 2 with the new movie too.
Yeah, I saw that was coming out. Definitely,
it's
not seeing it.
Little girls, British accents in hallways with smoke. Yeah, you run the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Period.
It's like the one that Jack Nicholson did, where in the hallway.
Shining.
Shining, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which I have seen. Thank you. Yes. See, I see movies. We watch just different.
You just see the like critically acclaimed ones. We see the like junior high school boy humor ones.
A lot of dramedies. Gotta be honest. Yeah. So I've seen a ton of those.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that I watch.
Well, but so that was this week, and Clark or Ashton's graduating his school this week, so actually tomorrow, and it's a big deal. I don't think he quite understands what that means though, because like his best friend forever. I'm like, just so you understand, like we can do play dates, but like you're not going to see him next week. He's like, no, I will. No, like we're going to go get new friends now. Like just have your old friends too, or we'll try to. but he doesn't. I don't think he's put that together. So that's going to be interesting.
Coming soon.
Wait, why won't they have
Different
Because
element.
based on where you guys live?
hmm So he's going to go to this school over here in Finn Hill, and his friend's going to be going to a school kind of down more in Houghton.
Oh, I see.
And like actually the mom, either the little boy's mom or the dad, one of the two, Julia's known since they were knee high too. So like that has a stronger chance of staying a friendship for both of them. But yeah, I mean you're in different kindergartens and different first grades and second grades, and the schools never cross. They feed into different high schools, so it's going to be on us to keep that going.
I don't really know a lot of people that have relationships with their friends since elementary school.
Here, it's weird here. Like a lot of the peer groups that I have either directly or mine, or the ones that are like in kind of in that orbit around it, it's like you stayed friends with your friends that you got through high school, but the friends you had in college, you really don't see them.
Oh.
So it's like, of the peers that I have, it's either friends I made through the business, or it's like high school friends. It's weird how that plays out here.
I have like a high school friend. And obviously they don't live here.
Yeah.
I've got 2 to 3 that I've stayed in touch with. One will like check in like regularly with each other. The other 2, it's like, if I see you sort of thing. But yeah, they all live in like San Diego now.
Yeah.
I just went to lunch yesterday with a buddy of mine from high school, and the guy that was there, somehow it came up like, how long have you known each other? And I looked at him, and I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking like, oh, like 10 years, and I'm like, almost 30. Ugh. I'm getting old.
Almost 30.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my reaction. Wow. Yeah.
So you've got a haircut later today, which is funny because last week when we were recording, I was like looking, I was like, Mike just always seems like his hair is like the same length every week.
Every other
Can
week.
you do something for me then when you render this video? Pull up a picture of a Mon Chi. MonChiChi. If I don't cut my hair, that's what I look like. It's a Mon Chi. It's from like the 70s, so before all your time. It's a little like doll thing, chimp thing. It was like a little stuffed animal type thing. But if you look at how that thing's hair looks, that's what I look like if I don't get a haircut.
Or a chia pet.
Mine poofs. Like that's
Chia pet's poof.
yeah, but it like there's still structure to it. Just Mon Chi. That's what I look like.
Okay, we'll add a little.
It's bad when the person cutting your hair says, "Wow, you really look like a Mon Chi," and I was like, "What's a Mon Chi?" And then I looked it up. I was like, "That's a little close to home."
So now that's your same haircut person.
Yep.
What is it, a 2-week regiment?
Yep.
Like clockwork.
I used to be every 3, and now it's every 2.
Why? Because there started to be some grays coming in.
No, but that was a story from this weekend. Julia's looking at me this weekend. She's like, "Is that why you put product in your hair?" I'm like, "Why?" She goes, "I can see all your grays when you don't have product in your hair." I'm like, "Shut up." And she's like, "No, they're like all right here and here." And then I'm like, "Be quiet." So
It is your product. Let me see your hands. Oh, I don't know if it was like colored.
no, it's not colored, but it's like
No, but like it adds the kind of like shine.
and it pulls, and like the strands kind of clump together.
It keeps it keeps it having like a wet look, which is it's harder
Hides it a
harder
little
to
bit.
tell the grays. Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, no,
I'm not there myself, but I get it.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
No, they're there. They're all over the place. I don't care,
I don't know there.
but just the way she said it, it was her tone. The tone got me.
Had a haircut last week.
Did you? He didn't do the mullet like I wanted him to.
To be honest, I couldn't really tell with him.
Yeah.
Like from video to video, I didn't. I guess maybe I know, like now that I'm looking at it, I noticed a little difference, but
But it's just about not keeping it too long. I'm gonna do something different. I just don't know what I want yet.
I don't know if I could handle him going back to what it used to be, which was real
No,
time.
it wouldn't be that.
Oh yeah, if you had this
The curl.
went back to the haircut like in that GIF,
Oh,
I like that would feel weird. That would be too short, I think.
yeah. No,
I couldn't see that.
No, we'll see. Sometimes I just get bored and change it up.
You did exaggerate though. When someone tells me they're chopping it all off, I'm thinking like extreme.
Yeah. That you're gonna go from like that to this.
Well, but I didn't change it. I was thinking I was going to, but I couldn't find something that I really wanted. So I just did an overpriced trim.
You could do like the kind of like curtains, you know? Have you seen that look?
Bowl cut.
The curtains, no. I had the bowl cut.
Bring back the
That has-
emo thing and start doing this thing.
My straight hair.
He's got the muscle memory for it.
Yeah, I used to have my lip pierced
Yeah.
Actually?
in an industrial. I have the dents in my ear.
Oh wow.
I know.
And he had the.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture. You can superimpose it on here too.
Okay.
It's insane.
You don't know who you're looking at. It's very different.
Yeah. I had like blonde highlights and I would straighten my hair. It was really it was quite the look, that's for sure.
To change it because once you start picking houses off the tree, you can't be having a lip piercing.
No, I got rid of that. My emo hair, it was I was dating a cosmetologist, and so it was all free.
Oh.
And then when you realize,
much-
highlights are expensive, and you don't have a lot of money, it's like, never mind, chop it off. And when I chopped it off, I had these two blonde
Pepe Le
streaks.
Pew.
It was just like two long streaks right along the back of my head, and so
Wait,
that was the only time I've ever had to color my hair to match it because it was
Did you have an equal sign on the back of your head?
yes, all the way across. Yeah.
Oh, I wish I had seen that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep.
Huh.
Jared had to help me dye my hair.
I can say I did bleach my hair once.
Yeah.
It was not a good experience. I
Did
look
it
like
look-
I look like Eminem.
Was it pea yellow? I
Yeah.
bet it was pea yellow.
It was pea yellow.
Oh God.
But then when it grew out and the tips were white, that looked pretty good. But it took a while. Anyways,
That's back in. The kids in high school are doing it again.
everything that we wore back in high school is now back in.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was I don't know if I was wrapping up a job or whatever, but I was over in Ballard around lunchtime. And so I was trying to I was working a job and I was returning a rental van. And it's all the kids were coming back to school from their lunch break, so probably walking over to, Unbien or wherever. And there was just a sea of high schoolers crossing the street. Every single boy, same haircut.
Yeah.
Like the llama
They
haircut or
they were
whatever?
they were just little clones of each other. I was like, be an individual, please.
Yeah. Well, that's the same thing with the girls, right? They're doing the same thing. It's the acid wash jeans with the tight black some sort of shirt and then the white shoes. I keep seeing something on the
Yeah, it's like,
socials.
Hey, 1996. Nice to see you again.
Small backpacks.
See, what I get frustrated with is my hair is actually curly, but these kids are doing some sort of trend to have this curly top, and I'm like, I know that's not real. I know there's some
This is
sort of
real.
I know
This
there's
is
some
real.
sort of technique you're doing. I don't know if your parents are paying for you to get a perm or what it is, but it was literally just they were all just clones of each other walking the street with these curly weird tops that are way too long, and I'm like, this is strange.
I haven't seen the perm come back since, what was it, the late 80s?
No, I've been seeing at least around the schools. I'm seeing
Yeah.
it
See
it
all
was
the
like
same
the
haircut.
it was like the llama haircut, but now it's more textured or something up top. I don't know. I don't understand it. That's how I know I'm getting old.
But we're both grateful we have our hair. So,
That's true.
if you start losing your hair, I'm going to have to find a different business partner.
Well, we had this conversation, so I've got to go in, and I want to do the podcast when I get my nose fixed. But I'm going to get my nose fixed because in college I took a door to the face, and it flattened out this side of the nose and messed up this side.
Oh.
So I can't. I've been talking about this all week, so you haven't heard this yet though. but like I can't really breathe through this side of the nose most of the time. Like there's airflow there, but not that much. And this side's fine. I was holding up a piece of paper. I'm like, watch. And I'm blowing through this side and it's not moving. I blow through this side, the paper moves. So I'm going to get it fixed. What?
It's just like...
But they're going to straighten it back out because it's off to the side a little bit. They'll fix the deviated septum portion too. And then Eric's like, I swear to God, if you get better looking, I'm out.
Yeah, but also, Mike's nose has been like that since
College.
30 years ago, right?
It's not 30 years ago. It's 20 years ago.
But this whole week, it's been like, yeah, it's just like, and it's out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. It's been fine. It's been fine. I could understand like it's allergy season or like the weather's changing or maybe he's sick, but he's completely fine. And this week it's like, yeah, it's just like, it's so tough to breathe and now I got to get a nose job.
To be clear, I actually went in about 3 years ago to get it looked at. And it's kind of like the same thing with the hernia. They're like, just let's see how it goes and let's watch. And it's not like it's gotten worse, but it's also not gotten better. So, and I'm kind of tired of it. So, yeah. I do want to do the podcast with me, like with the thing on my nose. I think that'll be funny.
I do think that will be funny. A before and after too. That'll be
totally gonna do it.
I know what you mean though. It's like sometimes at first it's not like okay, if it's no big deal, just delay it, whatever.
You put it off. You deal with it, like it's fine. I've been dealing with it.
Like I've needed a root canal in one of my front teeth. Like you can't really tell unless maybe you look closely, but it's like a little like discolored, but it's still like broken in the root. Mm-hmm. And it's like one of the last times I went to the dentist, he was like, "Yeah, I think it's about time that you took care of that." I was like, "Yeah, you're probably right." Yeah, it's been since high school.
Well, it's also the same thing. I go in right before the 4th to go get. I have a small hernia right here on my it's called an umbilical hernia, and I didn't know I had it until I went in for a physical. And the doctor's like, "Oh yeah, you got a small hernia." I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Feel right here." So you put your hand on your stomach and you can actually feel it. And they're like, so I go in and get it double checked, and the doctor's like, "Yeah." And he's a specialist in this. He's like, recommendation is you just hold off on it, and as long as you can, because unnecessary surgery, quote unquote. But I'm like, well, when does it become necessary? And it's like, well, when it's painful, uncomfortable, unsightly, whatever. It's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. That's the other thing they tell you too. It's only going to get worse. I'm like, well, why aren't we fixing it now then?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand this.
Yeah.
But I think it's gotten a little bit worse. It is at times uncomfortable. So like I'm gonna go back in. It's actually, I thought it was a year. It's been 3 years now since I went and got that one evaluated. And they're like, yeah. So I'll find out on next week if I should go ahead and schedule up for that too. Getting old sucks.
My favorite thing is when you check your watch for a date.
I have a date on there.
Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah. That makes so much more sense. That's like the third time on various episodes where he'll be like, I don't know, it was what, 5 years ago? And I'm like, it's your watch.
Well, I'm looking at this because it's the 26th and I'm going in on the 1st.
Okay. That makes
week.
Now I know. But I just laugh every time when it's like, you're not talking time, you're talking days.
Well, yeah, just so you know, there is a little date feature there.
Nice. Those type of watches, so.
Well, neither can I. This one was from my dad.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, what else? We have our last foray into the house next week that had the whole water issue that we told you about.
Right.
We have to go with a couple little items. We're going to be there tomorrow.
Mike
Told.
Yes, I was going to say voluntold, but you did volunteer me to our client to reset the toilet, so I get to do that.
Which you know how to do.
Yes.
You are correct. Yes, I do.
And I was like, because there's like 4 things we're going to do there, and if we divide and conquer, it gets done faster, right? Yeah. Trim off a little piece of trim, touch up the end with paint.
Mike gets to trim off this little piece of trim.
You can do it.
I'm resetting a toilet. He's like, I got you gloves. I'm like, thanks.
I'm happy to do it. I said either you can do the toilet, and I'll do the trim and the plumbing fixture, and we'll do the dryer vent, or I'll do the toilet and you do the other ones. But I know since you're a pro.
Yeah. We'll see. There's one of two ways it'll go.
Well, we'll find out. That'll be for the next time we do this. But yes, we have to go back there tomorrow, finish up that house, and then we're done with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I realized how much labor sometimes brokers put into stuff for these listings, these like little small fixes and stuff. Because what's your alternative, right? You hire someone else to do it and you're like, I'm not going to pay for that.
Right. But so like in the inspection response, when we're writing an inspection response, we'll say licensed, bonded, and insured needs to come out and do this. And you have like provide receipts X amount of days before. We put out the scope of work exactly how it needs to be done. This other agent just said, you need to fix these items. So
There is a requirement in the contract that it's done in a workmanlike manner.
Right. Oh, and we know how to do it. Yeah, we're
But that was hard stop. That's the requirement then, right? So like, do I need to have a plumber pull and reset a toilet? No. To tighten up a fixture, a fitting underneath a sink? No. To cut off a piece of trim? No. Like, am I going to go pay a handyman or ask the client to pay a handyman, which they'll charge $1,000 to do this? Or we get some quantity time together and we can go do it, go knock it out, and you can pull the toilet and I can watch your skills.
It used to be quality time and it's changed to quantity time, and it's I'm not sure how I feel about that.
It's always quality time, you know it.
So yeah, that'll be fun doing that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Working all weekend. Mike's taking a vacation next week.
Right, yeah, we're not going to see you next week.
You should just have an episode about, okay, let me dish the reel on Mike there. Just the two of you talking.
Yeah, just talking about you. You would love that. He loves the attention.
I want to share the story about in the car too.
I know you do. That's why I haven't brought it up. Mike got called Daddy, and he's really excited about it.
Because I was like, I have to call Eric as soon as it happened. Yeah. And I don't know if this gets put into the episode or not or anything, but
we'll see.
But it was basically anything that happens like that. If I get a compliment, I make sure Eric knows. Yeah, you have to. So I have the window down and I'm driving the kids home from school, and there's a couple that's walking down the street, and I looked out at them because your peripheral vision, you see someone moving. I looked out, sure. And one person from the couple goes, "Oh, hey, Daddy, where are you going?" I'm like, "What?" And I kept trying, and it took me a moment to process because it was right when the light changed and I started going that they said it. Yeah. And I immediately called Eric, and I could hear, like when you tell someone something through the phone, let's say, but like you can hear it. You get it's like you're there in the room with them. You know exactly what they're doing, and that like satisfaction. I got like the full eye roll. I know I got it.
Oh, for sure you did.
I could hear the eye roll through the phone. It was so great.
But he also at the same time, because I'm sure I would have said something else, and he was like, "Hey, kids are in the car, but I had to call and tell you this."
Made my day.
Yep, of course.
I try to get one "oh God" out of him at least.
Yeah, you for sure got the "oh God." Just immediately called me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was the intersection was still in sight. I could see it in the rearview mirror. Let's call Eric.
That's insane. And now he's gonna get a nose job and be even more popular, I suppose.
No, I just want to be able to breathe. The guy was like, "Hey, do you want me to shave this down and like fix this too?" I'm like, "No, yeah. Just make it straight. That's all. Just make it straight."
Watch. You're gonna watch. It's gonna be shaved down. I bet. We're gonna come in.
Well, he does have
completely different.
He does have to shave this side because the bone's all crunched up on this side.
And because he had to shave this side, and when they moved it back, there was a little bump, so he went ahead and shaved this side too, and then moved.
We'll do before and after.
Moved a little forward. Watch. It's gonna be completely. I told Mike, I was like, "Well, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go to my client's plastic surgery place. I'm just gonna rearrange my face. I'm gonna come in. He's gonna be like, 'Who are you?' And be like, 'It's me, Eric.'
Like that episode of The Office where Dwight's just like covered in like bandages, and he's like pretending to be this like French guy to get like an. You know that episode?
The one that's coming to mind though is the wrong one where Dwight puts the face on from like the.
No, the CPR doll. No.
That one's creepy.
It's when what's her name? The lady from like Tallahassee, like Dunder Mifflin gets acquired, right? And then this lady's trying to find like a new branch manager because like Michael quit or something, and she like makes Dwight the like interim, but then he like fires a gun in the office, and then so she like fires him or demotes him, and then is trying to hire like a new branch manager, but then they do like open interviews, and Dwight tries to like come back and interview, and she tells him to get out. So then he comes back again, but he's all wrapped up in these like bandages, and basically he's like, "My name is Jacques. I am a French burn victim.
I gotta watch this now.
I'm a French burn victim."
Oh, I gotta watch this one.
Yeah, I sort of stopped right as they were letting Michael go.
Yeah.
After he disappeared, I was like, I don't know.
But I don't know if he was fully out at that point yet.
Okay.
Because her and him interacted for like a bit. And then I think she like rehired him, but.
Oh, okay.
I did tap out on then too.
You know what it was? Is when they did this acquisition, basically him and Jim were like co-managers, and this new lady comes in, she's like, 2 managers, we're gonna have to do something about that. And then she's basically saying like one of them has to go to sales, and then Pam tells Jim, she's like, have you read this new handbook? Like, you can make way more in commission doing sales versus as you would as a manager. So then Jim's like, oh, like, Michael, you're the better manager. Like, I'll step down, you know?
Yeah.
And then Michael's like, I knew you'd make the right decision. So then Jim's all like happy, Michael's all happy, and then Michael tells Oscar, he's like, did you hear the news? Oscar's like, what? He's like, Jim, made the right decision. He just knew who the better manager was. And then Oscar's like, yeah, I mean, I wish I worked in sales too. And Michael's like, what do you mean? He's like, have you seen their commissions? And then you see the look on Michael's face. So then Michael like basically goes back and tries to flip-flop. So then he ends up going to sales. She makes Jim the manager. So then Jim's not happy, but he's just doing the job. But then Michael's in sales thinking, okay, I'm going to make all these commissions. But then he's struggling with like not having any power anymore. So he's just like bugging everyone and like all this stuff. So it took place while that was happening. And then eventually Michael, I think, goes back to being a manager. But
I got to watch this.
Yeah. So yeah, he was still there during that like acquisition. It wasn't when he like fully left.
Yeah, that's one I have to rewatch. I haven't seen it like fully, or that was like a one watch.
Well, you can rewatch that. I've been going back through some of the old. It's not that old, but some of those sitcoms and watching them.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth character kind of slides into frame, and Star-Lord's trying to look past him.
Oh yeah, and then he like looks into his purview.
Yeah, and so it's like it's got all these things behind it where it's like, write an offer.
Yeah, write an offer, call the listing broker, call the lender, call the client.
And over Thor's face, it says, spend time with Eric. And it's me doing this.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's really, you're going to be like, oh, good, or whatever. I had to do a remix of that clip, which basically just means you have to use that original video through Instagram to do it, because I couldn't find the clip because I was searching Chris Pratt talking to Team Avengers. It wasn't popping up.
So big.
I can't.
I was like, it's not even coming close to
Star-Lord, Thor. Oh, I can't.
Those aren't going to be like the go-to things that I just naturally watch.
We can change that.
Just throw it on. We always have like background music. I always have background music on. I like noise in the background. So just
throw on the movie?
Yeah, let's put a screen just
in between the two of us.
Yeah.
Watch how productive we're going to be after that. What movie are we watching today while we're drinking?
We should have, instead of those films to like get that heat from coming into the office, We should have done a projector screen. You already have the projector.
And now have 5 screens on that one wall. We each have dual monitors and have a really big screen to project a movie while we're working too.
Yeah.
You guys definitely need blue light glasses at your age.
Yeah,
Mike's got blue light like glasses already.
I do.
And mine are just built in already. So my
Yeah.
lenses have it.
Do they?
Mhm.
Huh. I didn't know they did that. Thank you for joining us here on episode 19 of Property Pairings. I'm Oreo and that's Milk. Remember to click like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Okay, I got my pairing.
You got it? Okay, I had a suggestion for you.
Oh wait, what was your suggestion?
No, I want to hear. Let's just run with you what you got. I'll tell you if it's worse than mine.
Oreo and milk, that's a good one.
I was gonna say I'm Thor and that's Star-Lord.
That was way better. I'm using that next time.
You won't remember.
He won't remember.
It's 2 weeks from now. Yeah.
And the reference will be gone at that point. So,
Oh, someone.
I mean, you could run it back real quick with that one if you prefer. But
I'm gonna remember that one. What episode are we on?
Do you really not know though?
18.
Yeah.
Ha!
no,
It is 18.
19.
19.
Is it?
Yeah, last week was 18.
Oh.
See, now you know
was
how
in
I
the-
feel. Yeah.
Okay.
It's 19.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.